Good morning to all a good day. I'm Yoli. I am co-founder and director of Upijata Art Company, Art Therapy Community Center. Today's date is September 9th, my birthday. Woo-hoo. Me and my team, also my daughter and all the other people that are behind me. But we are getting used to filming, and hopefully we will be filming. I want to do every month to give you guys a month update. The video is, we started these episodes to keep so our donators and everybody that wants to follow Upijata Art Company and support Upijata Art Company could stay in touch with us to see what we're up to. So Upijata Art Company, I want to actually explain it a little more. So where we got started is me and co-founder Shannon Brashears. We met at Remember about 10 years ago, actually. About 10 years ago, me and Shannon met. I was working at this program called Remember. It's 9 miles east of Pine Ridge. It helps out with bunk beds, wheelchair ramps, skirting porches, stuff like that for the native peoples here on the Oglala Lakota Sioux Reservation, also called Pine Ridge Indian Reservation here in South Dakota. And so I was working for them, and I met up with Shannon. She was one of the volunteers, staff members that showed up, and we bonded over a ballet bar exercise together, ballet bar session, there you go, together. And it took about an hour, and after that I was telling Shannon how I wanted to create a dance studio here on the reservation for the native peoples here. That I always wanted to be here. I always wanted to be here for the native peoples ever since I was little, ever since I found out how United States was created. And I believe that, I always wanted to be here to support native peoples regardless of whatever my bloodline is. So that is my history there. And so about 5 years ago, Shannon called me out of the blue and said, hey, I'm done with college. Have you found a building yet? Because I told her I was going to try to find a building within those 5 years. And what was funny is somebody came up to me and said that they had a building that they want to have somebody using it, that they're not using it that much the majority of the year. Sorry, I like knitting. It also keeps me knitting. I'm art therapy, so knitting keeps me, it is my therapy. So it keeps me on track a little better and makes me feel a little bit more comfortable talking to the camera. So anyway, back on track. So Shannon gave me a call and asked me if I had a building. I was all, guess what? There was this gentleman that came up to me about a week or so ago and said that there was a building available. So I started looking into that building, and we end up being able to get in that building. And 2019, I was able to open up Upijata Art Studio for the first time, and I think it was like January 5th or something like that, because I remember all through that holidays I was kind of scared to open up the studio. So we opened up then. At that first year we had 2 students that were 14 years old, and we did dance classes twice a week, and we were pretty successful. And then COVID happened, so we shut down for the year. It was something new, masks, dancing in masks didn't really sound like fun. And I didn't expect, the participants at that time to be dancing with masks. And then 2021, we opened back up, and we had what we call summer intensive. I will get more involved in that. But then we started trying to run at least a week or so after the summer intensive that first year, and started thinking about doing the year-round classes. yeah, I've been trying to run year-round classes for 2 years now. And the only thing that has stopped me is our weather. I don't know if you saw my update, but I gave you an update while I was driving on my bumpy road. The road is not really maintenance, so the weather really keeps me stuck here at home. And so I run the camp as much as I can. And that's more or less our history. Let me see if I'm at where I am. I have notes here on my lap, so that's why I'm looking down. I want to talk more about like what we stand for. So we're Art Therapy Community Center, so it does help where I'm trying to help children to be able to kind of function in life by getting lost in their art, by expressing themselves through their art. And talking circles really doesn't help here. Trauma, usually I see trauma here usually when people usually go into themselves. So that's why I wanted to use art therapy, and that's how I came up with the idea of doing this art, where it all came out to not just dance but arts in general. Actually, we're open for any art that our participants want to do. Either I will learn it or I'll find somebody that knows how to teach it, and then we will hire the instructor. So we are very, very, very flexible. So with the 5 years old to 9 years old, there is a class called Open Art. Our open art classes are a lot of different art mediums that we put out, and the children would only take what they want to do one at a time, and then when they're done they would have to clean up or have assistance to clean up, or a assistance reminder to clean up. And then they could take out another medium. There's also playtime. We try to have a yard and somebody in the yard for playtime, because with all that energy. We also feel the room quite a bit when it comes to open art, where if there is too much energy in the room, sometimes we'll put on music and go ahead and put dance. And you know, of course, dancing is a way of being creative. The main focus is always staying creative. We also believe that the instructors or the people that are there to, we also participate in doing artwork with the children, where we actually sit down and do artwork with them too. That also helps when it comes to talk therapy. Now, I don't really push talk therapy, but if the children do want to talk about what's going on in their lives, that is definitely more than welcomed. We also have one of our rules where one person overhears something that, you know, they kind of don't take it out in the community. This is a open space where we could all open up, but it is not going to get told all over the small town that we do live in. So we do have specific rules like freedom like that. Also, where we teach healthy boundaries, where if we don't want to be touched, you know, we get asked to be touched. And I have learned that from another sister program, Golden Bridge. Those are one of their rules, and that's where I got that from. So give thanks to Golden Bridge. Golden Bridge has also helped make me a strong person to be able to actually sit here and run this program and sit here to film. I've heard a lot of other YouTubers that have issues filming, and I totally get it. So our yearly classes usually is, I like to do Friday and Saturday, but I think in the future it might be a Saturday. It's kind of still up in the air because we are going through some situations, looking for a new building. I'll bring that more up. But I have been running every Saturday. I do like to have a lot of people help watching our children because I want them safe and in a safe environment. And then I want every child to be able to bond to one staff member or another. So we have 2 instructors, that is my daughter and myself, and 2 other people to help out. We do have a cook that helps us out. We like to do lunch meals at lunchtime. And so open art consists of watercoloring, clay, paper art, And then we've been doing the paper art, like where we use various household items to create critters. That the children seem to like that. And then the classes that we have for 10 and up, it's kind of like open art for the minute because of the fact there's only 2 of us instructors. We have knitting also we have giant arm knitting for the younger ones. And then with the 10 and up, we start with the arm knitting and then we go further to where we start doing cables with finger knitting, and then eventually we get into using the needles. And of course, I'm the knitting instructor. And then we have a yoga instructor that zooms in the classes, and that's actually really helped with me and Emily, and I really enjoyed having the yoga classes. It's really helped too to keep me nice and strong. And then we have a volunteer vocal coach. She volunteers her Zoom classes, and that's been very nice. Me and my daughter really like to sing a lot, so that really has been a pleasure. And then summer intensive is July, sometime before the Oglala Nation powwow, a big powwow that usually happens in Pine Ridge Village every year. And what we do, it's a week-long program, and we also have our cook, Stephanie Apple, and she cooks all week long for lunch, cooks lunch all week long. And our summer intensive, we have had 30 participants at one time. That was last year's. This year we had 16. And our summer intensives are a little different. We have everything I talked about for the yearly classes, but we got my co-founder comes, she's a professional dancer, teaches dance classes, ballet, jazz, hip hop. And then we have Brandy that comes down and teaches self-defense, martial arts, and Muay Thai. And then we try to have like a break dancer. We try to have more people, but this year we didn't have much other instructors show up. And the week long is just wonderful because we see the children every single day. Probably, I think it starts at 9 and ends around 4. Okay, I think that is about all the things we stand for. I think everything, if you're more interested, we do have a website you could go to, and it has like our bylaws and everything else. It's upijatartcompany.org, upijata, UPIJATA, and you could check that out some more if you want to get into some more details and what we stand for and what we are trying to do with Upijata Art Company. And so we also have a showcase on Friday to show what everything we did on. And I do try to like introduce like new mediums that year or around that time, and then try to continue with those new mediums. Right now I'm studying more fiber art content, not just knitting, but more different type of fiber arts. Our showcase, we had the most people show up to watch our showcase ever. That was 30, I guess we'll call them guests, 30 guests that showed up for our showcase. We had prizes given away for the whole week. So we don't do this on our every year, but we do this for our summer intensive. We have about probably 10 to 13 years old as our older ones, and then the majority of our children are 5 to 9. And so we have the system that we give away big prizes, and we have a point system. And a point system, this year I really liked it. This year we have changed it because this is the second time we tried it. This year it went as each instructor, each person within each, we would have meetings in the evening. And each person will pick out a student or so that will get points. We get about 3 students a day if we needed. And those students will get points for participating, for listening, and for cleaning up. And we also gave grab bags away. So it isn't like only those few students, I think there were only 5, those only 5 students, could walk away with, like I don't really believe in winners, but this was just an easy way with so many staff members. It's just a way to kind of help keep energy levels and kind of at a minimum. But the grab bags had so much stuff. Oh my gosh, I packed them, but I can't remember everything. This was in July 24th is when we had it through the 28th. And the grab bags, I know they had notebooks, they had crayons, they had pencil sharpeners, pencils, sniffy stickers. I remember those pop socket toys. And these were all like donations, or I also gathered donations from NAHA and save them up and give them out to the kids. And we ran out of Indian tacos. So that just shows we never ran out of food before at a showcase when it comes to our guests. And we ran out of Indian tacos. So that was pretty cool. So we started, let me go ahead and start a new colors here because I am doing a test. Not a test knit, the swatch for a hat. So we'll see how that goes. The showcase began with our MC, Larry Swally. And he started with the creation story. And Larry Swally and some of our young male participants sat at the drum while Larry Swally was telling the creation story, and along with how he tells the creation story, he also has songs that go along with it. So throughout the week, well, about a good 2 sessions with our young gentlemen, Larry sat down with them and went through the creation story with him and taught them the songs. And it seems like I really appreciated that, because I noticed I noticed our young boys here felt a bond, because it is mostly us women that are running the program, and I do believe in likeness. And when we do have a likeness, especially in gender, that there's a connection. So I've noticed that there was a connection with 1 or 2 of the boys. And so they end up showing our guest the creation story, telling the creation story and singing the songs together. And that was really neat, and especially being able to have the guardians and the parents of the participants watching them actually doing a traditional drum. It was really nice to see that. We also saged. We saged off before the show and saged off after the show, and the same thing we do on our dailies. We did a ballet dance with Shannon, of course, as the instructor, and then we did a hip-hop dance with the children to show what we did during the week. And then there was a solo dance. We had one of our participants that was more than willing to do a solo dance all by themselves. It was so cute. Eventually I want to get this person to also keep on dancing. I mean, a young person between the ages of 5 to 9. And so definitely showed me to encourage that. And then we had a showing of what we did in boxing, Muay Thai, and self-defense class with Brandy. And then everybody's really shy. So also us instructors also get up in front of the audience and participate to have as much people on stage as possible, just because I want to have our participants feeling safe. And then after that, we did honoring of one of our volunteers this year. We have sometimes people that come and they volunteer their time, and sometimes bring donations, volunteer their time to help us out during the summer intensive. And this was somebody that volunteered their time freely and had, definitely selflessness for sure. And so we like to honor at least one person every summer intensive. So we honored Deborah Bershears this year with a blanket. So after the showcase, we asked our guests to go check out our art gallery, and in our gallery showed everything that we did during the week. that was the children made a store, and they made their own money, they made their own menus, they made food with clay. So there was a lot of creativity. We had a student that also made clay mermaids and had a story about the clay mermaids. That was very interesting. I sat there and helped with the clay mermaids and talked to this participant. We also had other clay. We have this one participant that loves sculpting. Sometimes we allow them to take that home, but I've noticed that with this one person, their artwork is getting better and better every time I see them. So letting the children take some clay home or take some artwork home, I have noticed that there is improvement. So supplies are always going to be needed, because I'm always going to be handing them out to our participants, especially if they find it a way to cope, like, you know, me now and talking and trying to keep track. With knitting is really helping me. So if their artwork is helping them cope, then why not? So the art gallery has all that. We have jewelry making for the older ones. Some make jewelry making. Some actually did the finger knitting. Now it could go all the way up to the adult. Eventually I want to do a knitting circle. It would be nice to have a circle of women that I could sit and knit with at least 1 to 2 hours during the week. I want to give thank you. There is a lot of thank yous that need to be given. Thank you so much, especially people that are close to me, people that I met from Remember. There's quite a bit of you. A lot of people that are relatives to Shannon Brashears and friends and people that Shannon knows. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you guys that had donated on that list. Remember, and all the Remember volunteers that have donated and also purchased one of my very first books. I also make books. Pine Ridge Oil, it's a convenience store that sells bulk gasoline. It was one of my old jobs, and a good friend is my boss, my boss there, and she donated to the summer intensive. And then we also had Rainbow Valley donate items to us. That was a lot of the bikes, actually, the bikes, bike helmets, wheel to help fix the wheels on the bikes, a lot of those items for that. We also had Children's Justice Center donate some items back. Actually, most of the items that were handed out for the grab bags, it was a lot of their items that they have donated, and supplies to run the program. And we also had our bank, Security First Bank in Martin, South Dakota has donated. So we thank you so very much. And then all the people that have bought our shirts, that bought Upijata Art Company shirts, we have been having them out since, I'm almost sure 2021, somewhere around there. And you could find our shirts on Bonfire. If you go to, I think it's bonfire.com, and you type up Upijata Art Company, you'll be able to see our shirts. There's hoodies, there's different colored t-shirts. I think we even have tank tops. I'm not really sure. My team actually takes care of that. There is a big team behind me, so I also want to thank my team. I wanted to thank you guys all for that. Thank you everybody that owns a t-shirt. Eventually, I will buy a Upijata shirt myself. And then probably updates, or updates. What's going on today? What's going on now? So what's going on now is, after the summer intensive, we are looking for a new building, where we rather have a building on our own. There is certain things that we need, like a dance floor instead of concrete floors, where we need to actually change the building that we were in. The building we were in was a rental building, and it had a gorgeous stage, but the rest of the building was concrete. And then there was just certain things I wanted to do outside, and big dreams that I want to do that I cannot change other people's yard or other people's buildings. So we're looking for a new building, and right now we are out of that other building for now. So it is kind of hard to run classes. I have found a building, but it was more like an office space building. So we have run classes, one class in a office building, and it didn't really work so much because it's more of an office building. And I do like space where the children, more like a gym, so we could get up and dance at any time. It's just not cutting it. So it's up in the air what we're really going to do next. There is one building that is $200,000. And it has a full basement. There's also kind of questions about how available they are. So a lot of things are in there, but I just want to throw out like prices. There is this whole facility, and I bet that is a lot. I have not checked a money price for it yet, but this whole facility, 4 different buildings. I mean, it's huge, but that must be a lot. But that would be cool. It will give us plenty of space to do everything we do. There's also a building that is for sale. It is a business at the moment, so I'd be able to keep a small business. Has 10 acres attached to it, and that is $700,000. So these are numbers that is just like crazy dream out there. But I guess I'm here to dream. So with this situation, we are asking for more donations that we have never asked for. I would like to reach out to more people. I don't know if I'm going to get through to the needing community through this video or not, but that would be nice to get out to all of our fiber lovers out there, because I definitely, mostly what I watch is YouTube videos, especially about knitting. I'm just obsessed. It's really helped me cope through hardships in life and hardships I'm going to be probably going through. So that's it. That's where we're at right now. So we're kind of up in the air. So I wanted to give everybody heads up where we are, and just you know, like, you know, share, definitely share our situation here. Yeah, and just keep on supporting us. I do really appreciate everybody that's donated. Like I said, just keep supporting us as much as you can. Definitely do not put yourself out. Like, make sure you have your haves, your needs before you donate, because yeah, everybody's needs and everybody is important. Totally. Email us. Let's go ahead and put that in. Email us at upijatarts@gmail.com. UPIJATA arts.com is our email. So more than welcome to get a hold of us through our email. If you guys are interested in donating more, you could also donate on our website. There's a way to donate. You can find us on Instagram. That's upijata_arts_company. And then I want to update you. We have another thing going where we have our participants artwork up. This is interesting. Okay, our participants artwork up, and our participants are going to get 50% of what we receive, and it is Society 6. So if you go look up Society 6, it is where you could make your own personal art into anything. So go check that out, and then just type in Upijata Art Company and you'll see. I think right now we only have 2 prints up there, but here soon we'll be having more of the children's arts. So like I said, as soon as you would purchase one of these, and we would get whatever they would give us, and then from there the children or the participant will get 50% and Upijata will get 50%. And that will allow the children to actually make a little money while they're doing their artwork. So thank you for everything. Thank you for allowing us to do what we do. I have all these dreams. If I had just a building of my own, I would like to have a climbing wall. I would like to have silks up, probably a hanging hoop, stuff for us to, you know, hang out on, you know, and get some workout. The climbing wall, I think the climbing wall really empowers people, especially if we're afraid of climbing heights, or, you know, I feel like that's a good thing to help us through our emotional trauma that, you know, ongoing emotional trauma that has happened here on the reservation. And so there is a lot of stuff I want to add where I can't just add on somebody else's building. So there's these dreams I want to do. I would like to have a sweat lodge for the community, open for anybody at, you know, at least once a week. A garden. When we have our summer intensive, it would be cool to actually buy real buffalo hide teepees to have them up, and eventually, you know, have our 10 and up participants be able to actually have a spend the night camp. That would also be neat to have that spend the night camp with real buffalo hide teepees. I mean, there's dreams that just go on and on and on of what I would love to do. Eventually, I would like to actually do pottery. I do pottery. I've done it when I was little. I want to pick it up again. I have a good idea of how to even teach that. So, I mean, there's a lot of ideas. More, if we had more to pay, like we're growing, like we're still little. To get more traditional artists getting on board and more Lakota artists to get on board. I also support the Lakota language. I would like to be able to have an hour or some time or a certain day where adults and everybody could get along and speak the language. So there's just a lot of dreams in the future. You know, today's my birthday. I'm 47, proud of it. I got so much more to give, so much more time to give. And yeah, I mean, I just want to be here for the Native peoples. That's my dream. That's where I am. I love being creative. I want to add that to it. I want to give that to it. And I will keep on reaching out to everybody that supports us. This is for my donators. These are people that are supporting me. So feel free to email me at any time and ask questions. And I'm rambling on and on now. But it's just like I have so much I've been so grateful to everybody that has been supporting me. That's just it, because I have seen these donations roll in multiple times by multiple people. Hopefully by October, I have some kind of updates for you guys, and I will try to show up every month, probably towards the last week of the month. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. But this is from July, August, and now this is the beginning of September. So that's where we are now. Now I might do a quick shout out at the end of September. We'll see what happens, but I will get better with time. So thank you so very much for spending time with me today. And I really look forward to the future for our relationship, and also for the relationship I will have with our participants here in Kyle. I already just love them. Like, they're my own, and I want to be able to be there with them on a personal basis. So please help out. We got 10 beautiful children that show up, and I just want to be there for. And thank you so very much. And I pray and I hope everybody is happy, healthy, food on their tables, and every sweat lodge I go to, I will always give out to my community here and all the donators that support us. Thank you so very much. Daksha, until next time.